Happy Valentine's Day!
Good showing for Valentine's Day.
I hope everybody has plans to go out and date. Welcome to the Greater St. Louis Dinner Guild. If you thought you were coming to the crochet guild, it's okay. That's next day if you want. But if you don't want to, you can walk out, and we promise we won't laugh at you.
Yes, we will.
Well, out the door. Well, we'll wait until they're out the door, so they don't hear us laughing. Okay? So, things to do. Introduce yourself to somebody, but later, not right this second, because every time I say that, everybody starts talking. Not right now, later. Okay? The purpose of this organization shall be to promote interest and skill in knitting, to encourage high standards of quality and workmanship, and to encourage the use of those skills for the benefit of others. I see a lot of benefit over there. That is pretty cool.
There's a lot of
That is a big
benefits.
table of benefit right there. So congratulations, everybody, on that. Are you new to knitting? Do you need help getting started? We usually have a 911 table, but we have a 911 area now today because we were short a little bit on tables. And I guess you got here last. You didn't get a table. So May has been knitting for a very long time, and if you're having a problem with anything, if it's a simple pattern or if it's a really complicated pattern, she will be able to help you figure it out. I often find out that in sitting down and just talking to myself about it, I figure it out because, when you walk through it logically, that is usually the key. Elections are coming up in March. And here are our people. We have, and this doesn't show up on the screen, we have Danielle, who's currently taking notes for this meeting, who's going to be president. VP of Administration is Mary Fitzgerald and Mary Kelsheimer are still, did I say that, Kelsheimer?
Yeah.
Okay. Good German name. They're both still qualified to stay on, so they're staying on. VP of Education is Pam, and she's already got a whole bunch of cool things lined up. I'm very excited.
And some not cool.
Everything I've seen is cool. Maybe she's just hiding the cool
She's
stuff.
very transparent about her role.
She's very transparent about her role. I will be our treasurer unless, please, somebody talk me out of it. But I will be treasurer. John will be the secretary. VP of Communication, Kelly, has volunteered to be that just today. We are still looking for a VP of Community Service. So can you tell briefly what the responsibility is so people could consider? Because if you could consider it, it's not like really hard.
No, if it were really hard, I would not be doing it. This is the person who was talking about a 30 by 36 square blanket, right? Get it? 30 by 36 square. Anyway, probably weren't at the meeting. It's basically you are bringing the charity yarn to the meetings, and
you don't have to keep that at your house.
No, we have a storage unit, and Pam and I were like whirling dervishes a couple weeks ago. We went through and we made it completely, like it's open, you can actually move around in it now a little bit, and so there's room. But we have a lot of yarn stored there, so you don't have to store all the yarn at your house. And that's another thing, people will reach out to you because your name is on the website as community service, and they'll say, hey, do you want any donations? Do you want any yarn donation? You just, say, yeah, and you just set that up. It's easy, it happens once in a while, but they contact Mary, and sometimes they contact other people on the guild board, so that happens. The other thing you do is you take accounts of the lots of stuff today, I'll tell you, I'll go with that, but you count all of the donated items each time, each week, and there's a caveat in the newsletter, if you've read that, it usually doesn't add up to what's on the sign-in sheets, it doesn't matter, we're just keeping track of that. Let's see, what else do we do for community service? Basically that's, we've got 2 volunteers in the back, Paula and Joan, who have signed up to store the hats for adults and kids, which is a huge thing that you don't have to worry about is community service VP, because they're volunteering to do it again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May is one of the contacts, takes things to Haven House, takes things to newborns in need. So really, it's just working with these people, and then Joan's actually taking some stuff to Covenant House. So it's not hard.
And we have people that do the chemo hats
And
too.
we have people that
So
do, like I take the
So you're
chemo hats.
basically handing off most of that stuff.
Exactly.
You're not
You're
taking it home,
coordinating.
you're not having to worry.
Yeah, like, so, Paula takes things to Siteman, the chemo hats there, I take them to Pratt. It's really not, you know, it's not a lot of time and effort over the month. And of course, I will, handhold whoever volunteers, cause that's the last position we've got that we need to fill. And it's very rewarding, so, you know, and I'm doing that in addition to the newsletter, so that tells you it's not a whole lot of time.
And it's possible to miss a meeting occasionally. I mean, if you have something that comes up, like if you're like being in travel all the time, and
Right.
you miss a meeting.
You go,
People-
hey, Mary, can you bring
Yeah.
in some charity yarn
Right.
instead of, you know, I'm not gonna be at the meeting,
People
like I missed the
cover for
January
each other.
meeting. Cause we were at the Mammoth Blues game where they lost, the Blues lost, and we're sitting there in the Mammoth Arena in Salt Lake City. There's nothing worse than sitting in an arena when you're, you know,
Your
you
team
keep losing.
loses.
Anyway, I digress, but yeah, so you can miss a meeting, you know, you attend the board meetings and everything and vote on.
And the board meetings are all on Zoom, so you don't
Yeah.
actually have to go anywhere. You can
Once a month.
wear your bunny slippers.
Yeah, I usually don't even wear makeup because of the meetings, but nobody's said anything yet, so I haven't
Slow
scared
resolution
anybody.
imaging.
Exactly, blur.
And you can blur your face.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
half the time you don't even get a picture. People
Well,
blank their
If
screens.
you've got bad
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, there's nothing we can help
I
you
only do that when the cat walks by and his butt's in the way, you know, but anyways. But anyway, please do consider it, it's really rewarding, it's easy, it's minimal time, I will be happy to help with whatever, but my 2-year term is up, so. And I'm still, oh, you also work with the newsletter editor, which is me, because I publish all the numbers and stuff in the newsletter, you know, for all the donated items, so, that's about it, really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's our skills.
So if you're interested, please.
You will continue
Please
to
let me
be
know.
the newsletter editor?
Yeah,
Okay.
unless you guys want somebody else to do the
Nope.
newsletter, I'm happy to keep doing that, so,
That's just one
yeah,
make sure.
no term limits on
And
that.
if you think you're interested and you're not sure, or if you are sure, you can talk to any board member.
Yeah.
And we can
It's
either
easy
talk
peasy.
you into it, we can talk you into it, like we just did Kelly, or we can.
That's what they did to me last time, they talked me into, no, I'm just kidding, it's all good.
It is kind of nice because you get to see the thank you letters that we get,
Yeah,
and you get to interact directly with the folks that are benefiting from our charity.
yeah,
work
I
that we do
walked
here.
in, it was funny, cause I walked in with, I don't know, Paula, where there are like 80 chemo hats, right, 75. So I'm walking into Pratt Center, and I go up, and, you know, they're looking at me, and they're like, what are you doing here? Where's your husband? I'm like, oh, well, we're off, you know, I got some stuff to drop off, where do I drop chemo hats? And they said, and they've got 2 infusion centers, they've got a second floor and a third floor, so so I went to the second floor first, she goes, oh, yes, we'll take some, she goes, but we're smaller, so I'll take can I just take, and so she's going through them, she's, oh, these are cute, these are great, people are gonna love these, they put them out, and, they're gone in a day, which is really sad. But so then I took the rest up to the third floor, and they were handing them out, and everybody's in the waiting room, and they're like, oh, I want one, and it just, you know, it gives a little joy to people who are, you know,
Oh, and it
needing it.
makes you feel good to see
It
that.
does, it really does, and so, and then we got a letter from the Haven House here, which I can read when it's really my turn to talk, but, you know, it's just, you read some of these, and it kinda makes you cheer up a little bit, you know?
Sometimes more than one thing.
Yeah, sometimes more than
I
one.
cry at Kodak commercials.
Yep. Okay.
Well, then, you're hopeless, you would just be, yeah.
Hopeless.
So, our newsletter deadline is February 28th, and you guys know how much better the newsletter is when people write stuff. I mean, it's a lot of fun, I know which books not to get, if somebody writes an article and you don't, so you don't just have to write it if you find this book and you really like it, you can also write it if you find a book and you really hate it, because then you save me from looking at that book, you save me time. So please, just anything that you think of that you like or don't like. We have yarn for charity projects today,
Yes.
okay? And let's see, thank you again for renewing your membership online. We are getting virtually no membership renewals in our PO box at this point in time. Okay, so yay, there are no extra fees for using the credit card. And just remember when you do it, it's just like when you are shopping. When you select that you wanna renew your membership, it goes into your cart, you have to click on your cart and check out on your cart just like you would on any other kind of website. TKGI News, this is the Next Level Knitting Conference that they do every year. It's April 17th and 18th. Members and non-members can apply. And, you know, so long as they have space, you're accepted. You pay more if you're a non-member, obviously, but you still, you can still participate. I personally haven't taken that class, but I think so. I saw somebody in here. Have you taken their class? I know John took it a couple years ago and loved it. He found it really helped improve his knitting. So if you're interested there. Meeting space, next month we are at Bridgeton Trails. That is the second to the last time we get stuck with the library. And remember, next month are our elections. So if you want a say in that, you need to come to Bridgeton Trails. Okay, and after that, you see we have another, in April we're here at Creve Coeur, in May we're in Oak Bend. And after that, I think we should be able to stick with this location all the time. It was just the initial few months that they had some reservations already made. There are a couple of times when we're in the room down the hall, but in November and December, that was all that was available. So,
We're missing September.
did I miss September again? Yeah, I forgot, I didn't put it in. September, September I think is here. I will have to look it up.
I think it is because, I have
You have
that
those,
Zoom meeting is,
okay.
he's Mr. September.
I'm not asking. Okay, the minutes from the previous meeting were in the newsletters. Anybody have any changes that need to be made to the minutes? If not, can I have a movement to approve those minutes?
I approve.
Okay, we got Judy Roach and we got Kathy Schoen. Those are the ones I heard. There were others as well. Thank you very much. Next, the executive board reports. Start with administrative meeting. Okay.
I'm not gonna stand up, but can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, our potluck luncheon, just wanna get that on everybody's calendar, is Saturday, June 13th at the Point at Baldwin Commons from 11 to 3. It's the place that was same place as last year and all the other years. And our Founder's Day luncheon is gonna be at Orlando's Garden, the one in South County, down at, which is on Hoffmeister Avenue. And that'll be on October 10th from 11:30 to 2:30. And plenty of ample parking, nice room, that they're currently closed to renovate, do some renovations, so.
They're the ones off Bayless, not
Yes, yeah.
the one off Telegraph, but the one off.
You can see it from
Bayless.
Highway 55,
Right,
where the Grant's Lodge cabin is and everything.
up on the hill.
Yeah.
And we'll have exact addresses
Yeah,
and stuff
we'll
in the
have
newsletter.
directions printed and be in the newsletter.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, that's all I
Oops. Oops, I'm going backwards. Go the wrong way. Sorry. Education. John is not here. His mom has been, once again, in the ER. That also means, unfortunately, we're not gonna have the Steeking lecture today, but I do have a video on reading charts that's produced by the TKGA that I was gonna play for you after the business meeting, during the normal time. And that is something that people have asked about before. Can we get a class on that? Well, this is a class from like super duper experts, so that should be good. So sorry about that. We do have, don't forget, the Fair Isle Extravaganza coming. It's coming in June, and the special pricing for guild members ends tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day to sign up for the early bird pricing. After that, you have to pay full price. Yes?
I just wanted to say, if you're looking for the same wool that she recommends, Woolly Thistle online has it, it's my, order arrives Tuesday, but anyways, if you wanted to get exactly, it's Shetland wool and all that stuff.
There's still plenty of room available. If you're not sure what the classes entail, the class descriptions are on our website. You can take a look at that. In fact, I think I've got descriptions coming up here in a minute. It's Knitting Jenny, that's what she likes to be called, Knitting Jenny. She's our teacher for that weekend. We're at the Maryland Heights Community Center. There is enough parking for
400 people.
I think that 400 people would just be a drop in the bucket in that lot.
It says 25, it should be 26.
I'm sorry. I make mistakes, isn't it?
Not you, you wouldn't dare.
I would every time. Okay, and so that's the address. That'll also be in the newsletter for later. So there is a lecture, the first on June 19th. That's when she arrives that day. And that is free to members, but you have to register because it can only fit 80 people in the room. So we need you to register, but it's free for members. It's $30 to people that are not members. Okay? And that's not early bird pricing. That's just what it is. Okay? These are the quick descriptions of the classes. Basically, the Fair Isle class, you do some homework to get ready to get to the point where you start the Fair Isle. Like if you're doing a hat, you do the brim and stuff before you show up, and then so that you're ready to do the Fair Isle stuff, so that you can work together on learning what the best techniques are with that. The design class is designing your one-of-a-kind Fair Isle project. It includes jumpers, which for us Americans is a sweater. A cardigan, which is a sweater that buttons down the front. Mittens, gloves, headbands. I like headbands. I like those big white headbands. I like those. So, have you seen the ones on the Olympic skiers?
Yeah.
They're so cool. I like those. But I think I like the Fair Isle one better. So it's just a special workshop that gives you all the tools, templates, and the information necessary to design your own, so that you've got a unique something that you can make for yourself or for others. Okay, and so again, that special pricing closes tomorrow, and there's a special deal of $115 for everything. There is, I forgot to mention, there is also knit-in. I don't know if it's on the next slide. I forget what I did. Yeah, there's a knit-in on the second day after the first Fair Isle class. There's a knit-in that is open to anybody registered for a class, but you have to say you're going to go to it because, again, space is limited. So you need to sign up for it, but it's not an extra charge. And it's just a knit-in where we all hang out and can knit in, and if you've got extra questions for Knitting Jenny that you didn't get to maybe during your course, or that you want to ask before you start your course the next day, you can do that. Okay, and that's all set up. I should have taken that red part out below because Susan already did all that. It's already set up. It's all out there and ready to go. Okay, so this is a summary of what we got on June 19th. We have that evening thing. Okay, where there's going to be a talk, and she does a talk about the history of Shetland knitting. She actually was a curator at the museum in the place called Fair Isle, Scotland, which is where Fair Isle came from. Okay, so she's got a really cool history of knitting in Fair Isle, in the Fair Isle, where it came from. That's what she's going to present. She's got a whole bunch of examples of cool Fair Isle knitting that we can all go up and poke and look at. Yeah.
On the June 20th, I thought the class was 9 to noon.
It is, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
All the
Did I put
classes
it
are
on
3
wrong?
hours. The website has the right time.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Also, just realize that
Yeah,
Saturday
no,
and
but I
Sunday
just
are
wanted
the
to make
same
sure that
class.
I didn't have it wrong when I signed up to put it on my calendar.
Well, I'm just trying to get approximate.
And then the other one, I think, is 1 to 4. So
I'm standing in for
Can you
John
flip
here,
that?
I'm doing my best.
Flip that.
He was probably, he won't go back.
Yeah, then the design class, then, yeah, I thought it was 1 to 4.
The times are right on the
Okay.
website.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, so.
Check the website. And realize that Saturday's class and Sunday's class are the same class.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I can't point, this won't let me point, so I've gotta physically point. This class and this class are the same. And the first one is actually for Mount Shasta. So if you find that one is full, you might be able to use the other. Okay? Community service.
All right. Wow, yes, we have a pile of, so we've got about 110 hats over there. Yay!
Yeah.
It is that
And
one.
like, I think 13 or 14 scarves, towels, a bunch of blankets. Yeah, you guys outdid yourselves, it's fun. Thank you very much. So the contest, just a reminder, runs from last month, January through April, and it's hats and neckwear, so scarves, towels, etc. That's the charity donation prize contest we've got going on. For the winners in each category, we'll give you a $50 gift card to the local yarn store of your choice. And as I said, current award period is hats and neckwear, so scarves, towels, etc. And you must record the items on the sign-in sheet because otherwise I don't know who did them. So if you want to be eligible for, which board members are not, if you want to be eligible, if
Wait
you
a
want to
minute, then
participate.
no.
Well, it probably grandfather, yeah, I don't know. That's like the cusp, right? Yeah, so make sure you record your items on the sign-in sheet, because otherwise I don't know who donated and who made them. And we got some really fun stuff. If you haven't seen the hats over there with the little toys on them,
They're so cute.
Sandy, who won the chemo hat contest for last September through December, has some little, you gotta see these are so adorable. This one's a little froggy, and they're attached.
Oh.
This is really cool. They're attached with like one of those little tie clip, things in the back, so that, when you wash them, you don't wanna wash the toy, so you can take them off. Where's the spider? The spider's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
The spider's really cute.
Yeah, the spider's really cute. That'll make a great
Oh.
Halloween. And then I was asked about this one. This one's very, look at this. This is like some lattice work. So, Barb Slade did this, and she promises me, I know, she promises me she'll tell me, she'll get me the pattern and I can put it in the sweater. So, but it's really fun. It's got like kind of a little lattice type.
It's like a little crown.
Anyway, thank you. And 5-hour sweater, which actually takes longer than 5 hours.
Yes.
Has anybody ever knit a baby sweater in 5 hours?
No.
Okay. See, Diane? Anyway, the last month's was glue, this month's is paint. So thank you very much, everybody. And like I said, we got a thank you note from the Haven House. They said, we wanted to thank you for your in-kind donation of hand-knitted items, games, and stuffed animals. Purchasing these items out of pocket would have cost us about $500. This gives us the opportunity to provide a comfortable and welcoming home for patients, families, and caregivers traveling to St. Louis for medical care. So, everything you do, everything you make is really, really greatly appreciated. So thank you again. That's it for me. Oh, and really, if you want to be community service, VP, it's fun.
Communications.
I don't have anything.
Thank you, Kelly, for taking over for that, and you're gonna do the website as well? Awesome sauce, so that makes 2 things off my list. As a reminder, tomorrow's the last day to register early bird. Any questions? I really don't have anything. Alright, thanks.
Treasurer, Pam, do you have anything to say?
Thank you for using Square Space. Yes, that makes it piece of cake for the treasurer to get the data and, are you gonna, kind of try to get an auditor?
We are looking for an auditor.
Ah, that's
If you're
what-
willing to audit our books, they're not very complicated. Judy can talk to it. She's done it. I can't see where Judy is, but she's done it a
Where's
fair
Judy?
number of times.
Yeah.
And we hate to keep asking Judy to do it, so we'd like to get somebody different if somebody would be willing to volunteer for that. Judy, how much time does it take you usually to do the audit?
It takes about 2 or 3 hours,
There you go.
so you take like a half of a Saturday or whatever, and you're done.
So not a big time commitment, but it's a big deal for the guild because we have to find an auditor. And it's nice if we can get somebody that we don't have to pay. Because, we'd rather spend our money on knitting if we can. So,
And also, we have always had a post box. I am considering not renewing it, or, I think you can renew for 6 months. I don't know how much it actually costs, because the post people can't tell. For several months, we haven't really got anything of, like, a lot of,
well, because the post office became unreliable, we didn't
It's-
know if you
well, it's
mailed
kind of-
something if you'd
yeah.
actually get it, so.
There are a few members that still pay with checks, and they, we will make some sort of accommodation so that mail will be, you can pay through the mail.
Or I think we can take checks here if they're just,
That is true. We can also take checks.
whereas it was more strict at the library. I think here we could take a check for membership.
So I will probably renew for only 6 months, and if anybody has a real reason that we need to keep that post box, you kind of have to tell me, because once upon a time, the post box was our lifeline, but we're moving to the electronic age, and really, I just don't really see, like, our thank you letters could be sent to the treasurer's house, or, we could just.
Email.
And generally, they really prefer to email. I mean, that's how life is evolved. But, call me, tell me, hey, I think we should keep this post box, because, give me a reason, because it costs a couple $100, or, I can't give you an exact figure, because the last time I asked, they were supposedly upping our little tiny post box, the charge, but I
It's
asked the
still
postal.
under $300 a year. I
It's
just renewed
still under
mine for my businesses.
$300 a year, I think. They could not, they told the charges were gonna be upped, after January 18th. I talked to postal employees face to face. They did not know how much. Now, I mean, they wouldn't, that's kinda like weird, isn't it? That kind of says a business model is kinda like not communicating their information. Our post box is due to renew by March 31st. So I'm going to only renew it, and that's probably like the last thing that I'm going to do as the treasurer. Because the new treasurer will, start in April. Okay, whoever that is gonna be. Yes?
If you're gonna stop at a certain date, I think you need to put something in every month in the newsletter to say the last day to use the PO box is the next date. The only things I'm not sure about are things that are out there on the web that identify our guild's address, like TKGA. I know some things have to be, like the filings, that has to be an individual's address, so there's no issues there, but things that might be out in the internet, somewhere in Needlepoint magazine, or there's something online. As long as those things if you can get the event address and make sure everybody knows, or has advance notice to say, we are only doing it through this date. If you say, oh, we're gonna do it for 6 months,
Yeah,
not tell anybody until the very end, you don't have that advance.
well, that's why this is a 6-month thing. I'm gonna renew for 6 months, cause I think you can renew for 6 months or for a year.
Yeah, because you know what's coming in, I'm not saying we're going to keep it, but.
I'm sorry?
I said, I know, you would know what's coming in, so I'm not saying we need to keep it, because if it's, other than thank you notes, I know with the acknowledgement we send out with the hacks, we say, send it to the PO box, we'll change that. Or the things that are already out there that have a PO box, I don't know, some things may come in, as long as there's an alternate,
Right.
email
I
or
mean,
something.
we do have a registered agent, and that individual, it was a company, and they were charging us like $400 every year for nothing, and our registered agent is one of our members at this point, and I thank you very much. Do you want me to announce your name? No. Sure, you can.
It's Joni.
Yeah, it's Joni.
Thank you, Joni.
Weisberg. Yes. I mean, just having her as our registered agent with the state, that is very, very, it saves us a lot of money. That's really, thank you very much. And
That could buy enough yarn for a sweater.
Malabrigo, actually, a small sweater.
Okay.
Anyway, if you guys have any input about the post box, please tell me, okay?
Okay, and also the monthly report was in the newsletter. Are there any questions about that report? No questions. If not, we will submit that for audit. It'll be a different audit than the audit we were just talking about, but it will be submitted for audit. Okay, survey, do we have a survey of the day? We do not.
I've been out of town and
Quietly
sick.
just slip right by it. Membership?
This month's membership's pretty exciting because we are back to over 200 members. We have 200 and we've got a bunch of new members. Virginia Rooney.
If you're here, stand up or raise your hand or something.
Susan Calder, who actually joined last month, but we realized Susan. Michelle Saloy, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Becky Edwards, I know is here. Carol Philpott. And this one, I think, is a new member because it was registered under renewal, but she wasn't on our list. Jackie Arnitz. Harper Brumbaugh. Caitlin Durr, I know, isn't here today. Heather Smith. And Wendy Sports. I know is here. So, happy to have, since I've been in Guild, I don't remember having this many members in a month or two. So
That's great.
So that's it, and also I want to say thank you for everybody using Squarespace. It's made my life a lot easier. It keeps you from getting renewals after you've renewed. Because, with the paper, sometimes I didn't get them notice for a month. And I'm sending out a renewal, and I was getting these indignant emails saying, I already renewed. So, anyway, with Squarespace, that takes care of that, so thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, one more thing, I've got name tags for anybody as and pick their.
Alrighty then. Hospitality drawing, Kathy?
Hi, there are today currently 48 active members who are here today with no guests. So I guess the good thing is the people who have been coming in as guests are converting into attenders and members. So with all that said, I will do the lottery drawing now. And I've already, Audrey Baird.
Pretty.
Come on over.
Sitting there.
You get to pick some of these fabulous prizes. All this stuff here.
Don't take too long.
Okay, and then number 45 is Sally Ortiz.
I'll pass, I've had one recently.
Okay, I remember that. And then the next one is Jen Algram. Algram?
She didn't stay, she dropped stuff off that she didn't.
Okay, that's two, okay. Emmett, number 14 is me. Well, I'm gonna take this clever little trip.
Yeah.
And then number 7 is Tyann. Tyann? No? Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and do the random thing for the 2 people who are passive. Just give me a minute here. Anna Burke. Yeah, no, I think they're socks. Hold on.
They act like double.
Harper Brambury, Brambow? Harper. And that is it. So, thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Says 6.
Okay, we're getting ready for show and share now. If you brought something for show and share, please line up. And don't forget to get your fabulous picture taken for the newsletter after you do your show and share.
No, any of the yarn of this today.
I'll say it when I come back to the show.
You're welcome. The shoes are maybe I
never finish it anymore. It's worthy of sharing. Like, finish shots, donate. That's
And
it.
then I also show and share, so yeah, with different
So
students.
my husband and by caveat me, we're both big fans of the Universal Monsters. So he got this patch for the creature from the Black Lagoon and said, put it on a hat for me, and I'm like, okay.
Let me see. Let me
So-
see
Oh, sorry.
the camera. Yeah.
So this actually, I think, is my 9th attempt to make this hat. The first part was finding color that would go well with the patch. At first I thought, oh, this is really great. It looks like water. It's got the green in it. He does not show up on this. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Then it was trying to find a blue that was kind of like a nice water color. I had a different blue, and I thought, well, I'll do like 1x1 rib for the brim and make it big enough to roll up to put the patch on it. Well, this is a big patch. So then the brim had to be like this big. And then I had to figure out how and where to start the decreases for his head. And that didn't work out. And so I know I am not a designer after all of this. Probably took me 8 or 9 months to get to a point where I was happy with what I picked out. And then the other part is attach. So that's great. How do I attach it? I don't sew. I don't have a sewing machine. I don't sew. And this obviously you can't just like hand stitch it. So I Googled it, and there was a really good video. The lady said, don't use an iron.
don't actually use an iron because what it will do around,
What do you need?
Sorry, he's looking for a medicine bag that he lost.
oh, what does it look like?
What is a black one? It's like a box.
Is it that?
A black box.
No, that's
No,
fine.
the box.
I didn't see anything when I came in the room.
No, you're fine.
Ask up front by the desk. They have a lost and found.
Here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't use an iron because what it will do is it will flatten your stitches and then they become shiny. And so around your patch, you'd have this weird looking flat stitches that were all shiny. And I'm like, okay, that's great. This is if you had maybe like a square patch, you could maybe do that, but not really this one. And so they recommended a heat gun. I don't have a heat gun. Sarah's husband doesn't have a heat gun.
It's
'Cause
like
I
the
asked.
one tool he does
I
not
know.
have.
Colleen's husband doesn't have a heat gun.
I have a heat gun. You didn't call me.
I didn't ask you. I asked my neighbor across the street. Nobody had a heat gun.
Hair dryer.
No, I didn't.
Heat
the
gun
hair
is
dryer
hotter.
wouldn't get hot enough.
Heat gun is much hotter.
Yeah, a hair dryer that wouldn't get hot enough to melt the glue on the back. So then I went to Lowe's to get a heat gun, and they're not entirely cheap, but
No.
so I got a heat gun, and it worked out mostly okay. I think this pack is a little bit older, and so some of the glue was kind of hard, and it didn't stay down. So I ended up having to like hot glue gun the points down a little bit. But he likes it, he wears it, and through all of the evolution of this hat, he kept saying, I like it, it's fine, this is great. And I said, I don't like it, I don't want to look at it. So, again, not a designer, I know that.
You
but
are a designer. That's, you're just meticulous.
I just, yeah, but this I can live with, so this I can.
Okay. Good job. This is the Love the Winter hat. It's a charity hat. That's so pretty. Really cute for Valentine's Day.
Oh, it's very cute.
I think it's great, but somebody's gonna have to have a really big head because I followed the instructions for the bigger size, even though my brain was saying, it's 9.5 inches. That's just, so if you like a slouchy hat, which I don't particularly care for, otherwise, follow the directions for the smaller hat when you get to, so it's more like that. So anyways, but it's really easy and a little color work and, you're done in 14 rows. So, there it is.
Okay, I know, my reds don't match. I just grabbed it at the last minute, and I wanted to bring it though. This is called the Tomato Jacket, not very tomatoey, but that's what it's called, by Marianne Issager. I did the body on the knitting machine because it's just straight stockinette. But the borders, I did by hand, it's double embossed, and that's, technically you could do it on the knitting machine, but it would take you forever. It would be so tedious, you wouldn't be able to finish it. That's it.
Cute.
Very nice.
It's the heirloom tomato.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
You don't need to go to the extravaganza.
Turn around and show us. Yeah.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
This is the Lillehammer pullover. Started it in December on my birthday, so I really wanted to get it done. I'm really feeling encouraged and I'm doing color work, so.
You did that in 2 months? Is it steep?
December of last year?
It is steeped. It was this December. So the sleeves are steeped and then the neckline is also steeped.
That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous.
The yarn is from Yarncom. It is Blue Sky Fibers Skyland. Really soft. Really love it.
Oh, you found it?
Found the kids finished and
I'm Anna, and this is the vest that I made and finished on Tuesday. I don't know when I started it, because I switch back and forth between projects a lot. It's the RAN vest, not RAN like running, but RAN, R-A-N-N-E. It's by Irene Lin, who's a Taiwanese designer, and it's out of Cascade Wolfpack.
Turn around, let's see the back. Let us see the back.
And it's very comfy, so I recommend.
I like the slit on the side is really
Yeah, that's
cool.
really neat, yeah.
Is that a button? It buttons on the side?
no,
Oh, it looked like a button on, sorry,
That's really cool.
but it's cool like it is, but. Ooh.
And I started it the day after Christmas. And then I had to knit it really fast before the deadline, which was February 2nd.
Turn around, let us see the whole thing.
Wow.
Very good.
Yeah, does it look like a mess?
It does, yeah.
no, it just looks pretty.
Or Heather. I know.
Guys, come on.
Let's see. These are the Pioneer gloves. These are made with Croy socks. And these took about 4 or 5 days to do. This is really quick. This is one ball. I kind of had to move it around a little bit to match
Starting spot.
the stripes. And
Is that a 50-gram ball?
50-gram ball.
Wow.
And I have a tendency to go into the yarn store, and if they find an orphan, then, you know, they come home with me. So these are orphans. And so this is like clearance yarn. And again, I had to do the stripes. So this is the short version. There is a longer version you can do. This pattern is available on Ravelry. It is a free pattern. But again, like 4 days to do the little short ones, and it's ribbing. So it's really fast to do, really easy to do.
What's the
So
pattern called
It's
again?
called Pioneer Gloves.
Pioneer gloves, okay.
And again, if you have a solo ball of sock yarn hanging out and you don't know what to do with it, these are great to fill it in. Also, I wanted, speaking of socks, Pam and I have actually done Sock Madness in the last couple of years. She is much faster at it than I am. I've been a cheerleader for the last couple of years. The last day to sign up for Sock Madness on Ravelry, Sock Madness 20, is today. So if you can sign up before it's no longer February the 14th anywhere in the world, which is actually a time zone, then you can help compete, or it's a timed competition. You have to qualify first. Qualification to get anywhere is to actually make a pair of socks in like 2 weeks, and they'll give you a pattern. And I tell you what, the first one I did, it was Interlac in the round, and I thought I was going to lose my mind. But as long as you get one done and you start the second one, you can actually qualify to be a cheerleader.
And you get all the patterns then, and they're amazingly teaching. There's teaching moments, and
They're great.
some teaching moments I never want to knit again. But it's a thrilling and it's really fun because
It is.
there's I know people that I still converse with, you know, in New Zealand, because it's like you just kind of bond, and it's like, yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's like I said, the first one, you have to sign up today. If you go to the Sock Madness group on Ravelry, they have a link to a Google form where you put your email address in and stuff, and they'll send you, you know, they'll tell you that you're signed in or you're registered, and in the next couple of days we'll get the qualifier. And the qualifying pattern, it takes like 2 weeks to do, or up to 2 weeks to do. If you finish it, then you get put on a team. and then you run as teams, and your team has a topic on their on the Ravelry site where you root each other on, and you'll ask questions, and this has been going on for 20 years.
Yeah,
This is their 20th year.
It's the 20th year this year.
So yeah, so I am not a fast knitter. I am never going to be on a team. I qualified to get the patterns. That's it. Because a lot of those patterns are paid patterns after the competition is over, and they're really cool. Some of them are just like, wow, I love them. John also participates in this, and he had a sock last year that he had brought in, and it was in process called Night and Day, and it was split down the middle, and it was like wasn't a brioche stitch. It was like a slip, like a mosaic stitch.
It was a form of mosaic.
Yeah. And it was really a cool looking.
They turn out, they curate these patterns. They're very complex in some areas, but they are really well written. And and you learn every sock, there's gonna be some technique that you didn't know.
Right, like a new heel, or like a
right.
T heel.
And that's the really important.
It's really a lot of fun, so sign up.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you.
Anybody else have anything to show and share? If not, we will take a 10-minute break. And today's program is going to be reading charts. It's a TKGA video that I hope I'm going to get good enough network to stream here. And so we'll take about 10 minutes. At 3 o'clock, we'll start the movie.